proceeding with our answers to our Unit 4 tests. Let's just jump right on in. Predict the ions, the formula with calcium and fluorine. Calcium is 2 plus, fluorine is a 1 minus, so I'm looking for CaF2. Formula between magnesium and fluorine, plus 2 minus 1, so MgF2, which is MgF2. Formula for the ionic compound magnesium and oxygen, plus 2 minus 2, so we're already balanced. Letter B. Correct name. When we're naming things, okay, the key is, and I told you this as we were going through some of the things, the first thing you have to do is take this first element, okay, and figure out what is it. Is it a nothing special metal? Is it a transition metal? Or is it a non-metal? And for this case, strontium is nothing special, so I'm just going to go with strontium oxide, which is going to be letter A. Next one, I gotta get my sheet here. Number 20. The correct name, again, take a look at that first one. It's nothing special, so we're gonna look for potassium sulfide. Potassium sulfide, right there, letter D. Correct name, aluminum. Take a look at it, okay? Aluminum is one of those nothing special, so we're just going to look at aluminum oxide, which is letter A. 22. When cations react with sulfur, the compound forms. So we've got calcium plus 2, sulfur the minus 2, so we're just going with CaS. Chromium and chlorine form an ionic compound that is CrCl2. What is the name? Okay, chromium is a transition metal, so I've got to figure out the charge so that I can name this correctly. So if we want to do the switcheroo backwards, this 3 came from the chromium. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for something with a Cr3. Okay, so that's going to knock out letter A, C, and E. Okay, and so now we're looking for chlorine, and that's all we've got. There's nothing special with that. So chromium 3 chloride, which is going to be letter B. The correct formula of iron 3 bromine, again, the Roman numeral tells you the charge, so we're dealing with a plus 3. Chromium is a minus 1, so FeBr3 is going to be your answer, letter B. Which of the following compounds is chromium 3 oxide? Chromium is a plus 3 because of the Roman numeral. Oxygen is a minus 2, so I'm looking for chromium 2 oxygen with a third. And that is going to be letter, oh, it takes a little bit to find it, letter A. There we go. Next one. 26. Which of the following compounds is copper 1 chloride? Again, with the Roman numeral, plus 1, chlorine's a minus 1, so just CuCl, letter A. What is the correct name for MgF2? Again, take a look at that very first element to see what type of element it is. It is a nothing special, so I'm just looking for magnesium fluoride, which is letter E. Which metal is capable of forming more than one cation? So that means that we are dealing with a transition metal, because those are the ones that changes its charge. So now we go ahead and look at them. You gotta look at the periodic table. Lithium, no. Barium, no. Strontium, no. Aluminum, no. Tin, oh, right there. There it is. Letter E. The formula for salt is XBr. We've got the X ion, and the salt has 46 ions after it loses 1, okay? So that means, okay, if I lose an electron, I'm really, I have to start off with something different. This is kind of a hard one, okay? We're starting off here with 46, okay? And it loses 1, okay? And so this is after I lost 1, okay? So if I lost 1, okay, I'm going to add 1 back, okay? Which is going to make this 47. So that's what number 47 is going to be. And if I go to my periodic table here, okay, and I find number 47, which is right there, it is silver. So that means letter A. That one is a more difficult question, okay? It always has, the thing is, you have to think about losing or gaining and what charges they are, in fact, okay? Again, if you lose something, okay, you form a positive ion. And if you gain one, you're actually getting a negative ion. Okay, so that's some information for you. That's a more difficult one, but you have all the capabilities to do it. 30, charge on the iron. Again, iron is going to be a transition metal, so I have to figure it out from the actual formula, do the switcheroo backwards. This 3 comes from the iron, so I've got iron with a +3. And 31, which metal is not required to have its charge specified. So I'm looking for something that is not a transition metal, okay, because transition metals are the ones that have to have it specified, okay. Manganese is a transition metal, so is iron. Copper, calcium is not, lead is, so we're going to have letter D. And that takes us to the next set, all right? We'll do another video with finishing up the questions.